you very much, Mr. Chair. Yung tanong ko po is for FDA, Yusek. Through you, Mr. Chair, yung sa DEU natin, how wide can we make this? Para naman, kasi ang understanding ko naman dyan, it's important that we make all medicines available and accessible. Total, doctors din naman ang magdedesisyon kung ano ang gagamitin nila for a particular patient. I don't think we should limit it. But of course, kayo po yung expert dyan, but we heard also all the others. Can we already widen the drugs for emergency use para maraming available na pumasok sa ating bansa? Like yung sinasabi ni Dr. Nicolas kanina, yung leronlimab, na nabigyan nyo na namang CSP. So ano po ba ang posibilidad nito, Yusek?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Madam Congresswoman. Yun nga po, actually pinalawak na nga namin to the living guidelines para mas maraming grupo na gumagawa katulad po ng UPNIH, yung HTAC, kasama dyan, at saka para pwede po nilang maisama doon sa living guidelines at maaral para po ma-increase natin sa DEU. Of course, we are exploring possibilities. Totoo po yun, sinabi ni Dr. Dalmacion sa Pilipinas kasi, Mr. Chairman, wala tayong batas doon for emergencies. No? Ang ating pong batas, yung RA 9711, parang iniisip niya lagi tayong nasa regular na everyday activities na wala pong emergency sa Pilipinas. And in fact, the only executive order that allows us for the EUA is the EO 121 of the President. Kaya po nakakabigay kami ng EUA sa ating mga bakuna. Pero meron naman pong alam kong pending na meron pong House at sa Senate po merong proposed bill that will give us more flexibility during the emergencies, and we really will support this. Kailangan po talaga ng FDA ng mas flexibility lalo na pag panahon ng emergency, and support the local pharmaceutical industry. I completely agree with that, Madam Congressman. No? Pero yun nga po, pwede po naman natin tingnan kung paano i-expand yung DEU. As of now, in-expand po natin siya to the living guidelines na maraming grupo ang kasama, and I hope that more groups will be able to join it para po maisama doon sa guidelines. Yung living recommendations po pala, hindi pa siya guidelines na. No? Para kahit recommendation lang po, pwede na nating isama sa DEU.
So can CDCPH also be part of that, Mr. Chair? Through you, Mr. Chair, Yusek?
Well, I will, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, I would ask po kung yung sa living guidelines, kung yung living recommendations, I'm sorry, the committee, how other groups will be able to join. Kasi po hindi siya under FDA, but we will make queries on how other groups may be represented.
Yeah, kasi ako, Yusek, I really thank you. Kasi dati limited tayo sa PSMID, kaya I've been harping on this from 1 month na yata akong kulit ng kulit. Lawakan niyo yung scope, and I thank you for acting immediately. I think kayo ni Yusek Herrera ang lagi ko tinatawagan na bakit PSMID lang, marami namang iba. So I thank you na nilalawakan niyo to. Pero sa akin kasi, kung merong katulad yan, sinasabi ko sa iyo kanina, yung conclusions naman ng PSMID, puro lack of material evidence. Pero sinama natin sa DEU. Kasi kung may tinge of hope tayo na ito ay pwede sa COVID, then why not make it available? Total, at the end of the day, it's the doctors who will decide what to use. I hope we could look into that, Yusek.
Yes, ma'am. Pero yun lang, explain ko lang po si Lupino Viritano-Vir at saka si Tocilizumab. Kaya po namin sinama sa DEU. Actually, hindi po dahil sa COVID. Hindi po sila approved for COVID until now. No? Kaya lang nga, nung sinama siya ng PSMID sa guidelines, ginamit siya ng mga doktor for COVID. Ang problema po, yung mga may juvenile rheumatoid arthritis ang nawalan ng gamot ng tocilizumab. Kaya po binigyan namin ng mabilis na way para makaregister sila para po yung mga rheumatoid arthritis patients magkaroon ng gamot. Pati po yung Lupino Viritano-Vir, nagka-problem po yung HIV patients natin kasi nung masama siya sa PSMID guidelines, biglang ginamit ng mga doktor for COVID-19 at nawalan ng supply for our HIV patients. Pero hanggang ngayon po, hindi po sila approved for COVID-19 sa Pilipinas. Wala pa po tayong approved for COVID-19 sa Pilipinas.
So in that respect, can you look at leronlimab and then ivermectin para maisama dito sa DEU? Kasi apparently, hirap din sila makapasok. Tapos wala tayong pharmaceutical industries pa na who can have it accredited as soon as possible. Can we include this both in the list?
Yes, so I think actually I was speaking to this with the Director of Drugs, si Director Joyce Sirunay nga, kasi sabi ko nga parang hilaw siya na CPR, hilaw na DEU, but I think we'll be meeting this afternoon and they have a proposal, and I would like to see it kung paano nga po natin mapapabilis. I mean, we know that it is not yet, I mean, we are not anti-ivermectin, no? Just to be clear. Ang FDA po, anti lang kami dun sa mga unregulated, unregistered. Ayaw lang namin ng unregistered at saka yung dati kasi na yung mga veterinary products na baka ipasa sa tao, yun lang po ang ayaw namin, no? So as long as they have naman the basic requirements for safety and efficacy and quality, tutulungan din naman po namin yan kasi alam naman po namin na it is an under investigation for the treatment of COVID-19.
Opo, sana tignan po natin yung sa DEU nila, Yusek. And then number 2, yung sa EUA, yung sinasabi ni Dr. Dalmason kanina with regards to our definition of EUA to the definition that's being used in the US, ano pong comment nyo doon?
Madam, Mr. Chair, Madam Congresswoman, it's very similar. Yung EUA, ano po natin, pinakita po ni Ma'am Jody kanina, no, may similarities, although may konti pong limitations yung atin. Kasi atin, executive order lang po, yung sa US talagang batas. No? Kaya kailangan po talaga natin ang batas later on para ma-institutionalize na talagang every time magkakaroon po ng epidemic or ng emergency, meron tayong batas. Ito talagang very particular and only for COVID-19. Yun po yung pagkakaiba niya.
You mentioned there's an existing House bill filed. Would you know kung ano House bill ito para matignan po namin?
Hanapin ko po, ma'am, tas padala ko sa inyo. Kasi alam ko po sa Senate meron natin. Hanapin ko po kung may House counterpart na.
Please, para po magawan po natin ng paraan. And then, my question is, hindi po ba pwedeng i-part sa EUA pag phase 1 and 2 clinical trials na? Kasi ganun din naman yung requirements sa CSP. Can't we do the same for EUA?
Well, ang kailangan po for EUA is you're at least in the middle of phase 3 trial. Kailangan po nakita na medyo malawakan. No? Kasi yung phase 1 and phase 2, they really deal mostly with safety at saka yung dosing schedule po. No? So sa phase 3 pa natin kasi nakikita yung efficacy niya. Pero kahit kalagitnaan ng phase 3, basta po meron ng enough data to show efficacy, pwede na po mag-apply for EUA.
Okay. Yusek, what about the national guidelines? Kasi parang yung national guidelines na ginagamit natin before, mas madaling mag-apply for our local pharma kaysa yung dun sa ASEAN. Ang sa akin naman, of course, we want to honor our ASEAN agreement. Pero in time of pandemic, baka naman pwede tayong mag-pause dito para lang mas mapabilis at matulungan natin yung local pharma natin, especially for out-of-stock drugs and for COVID pandemic or kahit seemingly na pwedeng COVID pandemic na gamot.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Madam Congressman, no, I agree with you completely on this. No? Of course, yung ASEAN po kasi talagang may harmonization tayo, but during this epidemic, we will take a look closely. And I really, sila, Mr. Porte, alam naman po nila yan, tsaka ng mga Lator de Filipino, alam naman, I've always wanted to support our local industry and make it easy for them. Dahil pag po talagang ganitong panahon na wala nang gustong mag-export ng gamot, nahihirapan po talaga tayo sa supply kung wala tayong manufacturing. So yes, ma'am, we'll take a very, very close look at this to make it easier for our local manufacturers.
Yusek, kasi yung ASEAN naman, it's just a DOH Department Administrative Order.
Next, we will come back to DSBH who was cut off. She has 12 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Pasensya na po at nag-brown out po dito. Nawala po ako. Anyway, Yusek Domingo, to continue, I don't know if the Department of Health also is here. Yun naman pong ASEAN adoption natin is just an administrative order of DOH. So we can easily undo that the order or mag-post tayo din para we can go back to the national guidelines. Total tayo naman po ang nagsaad, di ba? Ang FDA din ang gumawa ng national guidelines na yan. I suggest we go back to that, especially for mga COVID medicines at yung mga out-of-stock medicines po natin. Can we have an assurance, Yusek Domingo, that you look into this and we can do this?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Madam Congresswoman, I will discuss this with the Department of Health at papaaral po natin yung especially during the time of emergencies.
Yes, kasi nasa emergency situation naman po tayo and the national guidelines naman won't sacrifice the quality, the safety, and the efficacy kasi dati na natin ginagamit na guidelines po ito. Pinahirapan lang natin nung nagka-ASEAN tayo, same product, pero naging times 3 yung documentary requirement. Now, yung isa pang nating concern, paano yung first generic drug product? I think isa itong nagiging concern. Although if we use the national guidelines, hindi natin magiging problema yata masyadong first generic drug product. What can we do about that?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, very technical po. Si Director Joyce Sirunay ng Center
Okay.
of Drugs
Anyway,
might be
no,
better.
sa akin, I don't want naman na to, pakitignan lang yon. Pero if we're going to use the national guidelines naman, ang akin lang pinapadali ko lang kasi ang pagpasok ng drugs dito sa ating bansa, total, hindi naman porkit nasa DEU yan, ay gagamitin lahat yan, di ba? It still depends on the doctor kung ano ang irerekomenda niya, depending on the need of the patient. And then yung mga green lanes po natin or fast lanes, sana medyo katulad nga nung sinabi nila, mas malinaw kung ano yung pwedeng dumaan sa green lane or fast lane. Sana, pero katulad nga nun, kayo po ba nag-agree that we can use the national guidelines at present for this pandemic?
Opo, basta naman ma-check ko lang po yung legal mandate po kasi sa AO, kung AO naman, pwede naman po sigurong i-pause yun for certain condition. But I will just take a good look. But I do agree po na during emergency, dapat yung local manufacturers natin ay tulungan natin.
Opo, kasi I understand meron daw tayong 5 out of stock na isa dito yung Medazulam. Totoo po ba yun?
Ano
Iyan
po?
lang bang isang sedative natin para sa intubation ng mga COVID patients?
Well, actually po, it's used for a lot of patients po, mga sedative, tsaka ginagamit ng mga anesthesiologists po natin yan sa lahat ng operasyon po.
So baka dapat ito din pabilisin natin yung pasok sa ating bansa kung out of stock na tayo. And sabi po ng local pharma natin, they can produce this and they can produce other drugs. Tulungan po natin yung local pharma natin, Yusek Domingo, as in now's the time. We have to be self-sufficient. Kasi hindi tayo priority eh. Katulad ng tocilizumab, nagmamakaawa tayo, nabigyan tayo ng kahit katiting na allocation kasi nauubos, hindi tayo priority ng other countries. So we have to make our country self-sufficient, and the only way to do that is to really support our local pharmaceutical industries. Can we count on you on that, Yusek Domingo?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Mr. Chair, I will definitely look into it and then see how we can work this with the Department of Health. And I will talk to the Secretary of Health personally about it.
Maraming salamat po. Kasi we're also looking at Bayanihan 3 kung paano tayo pwedeng magbigay ng soft loans or subsidies to our local pharma also. Kasi kailangan natin to eh. We need to produce our own medicines. Besides, we also have our third-party testing facilities na who can test naman, di ba? Yung safety and efficacy and quality ng product. Mr. Chair, through you, I'd just like to ask Ms. Pinky, ano po ba yung difference ng animal ivermectin sa human ivermectin? I mean, ano yung in terms of delikado ba yan pag na-ingest ng tao, yung sa hayop? How serious will the injury be to a person?
Okay, thank you so much, Congressman BH. Actually, the human ivermectin and the veterinary ivermectin, parehong molecule lang po ang ginagamit. The only difference is the process of manufacturing or how it's being done. At malalaman ho lang natin, ang ivermectin difference is pinatest ho natin ang impurities based sa USP. So meron hong parameters na pag-test para malaman natin yung impurity. Ito ay ginagawang pagsusuri, either it's vet grade or human grade. We test for the isomers of ivermectin, ang limit of alcohol, at saka tinetest ko rin natin ang limit of heavy metal. So actually, I think meron naman siyang limit na pwedeng ma-ingest. So actually, yung vet at saka yung pharma na molecule ng ivermectin, pareho lang po yan. Ang pagkakaiba lang po is the process of manufacturing, and malalaman mo lang natin if we check the impurities sa mga USP pharmacopoeia. So for the safety, I guess, pag na lumabas ng third-party test or laboratory test, malalaman natin kung safe po siya o hindi. Basta pumasa lang po siya sa USP monograph.
So, Ms. Pinky, if I ingest an animal-grade ivermectin, what is the harm that can happen to me?
Okay, if you ingest an animal-grade ivermectin, first thing we have to do is we have to check the animal grade that you ingested. If pumasa naman siya sa monograph ng human, I believe there won't be any much detriment to your body as long as pumasa siya sa USP ng human. Kasi uulitin ko, pareho lang po ang molecule na ivermectin na ginagamit sa hayop at saka sa human. Ang pagkakaiba lang po is how they manufacture it.
Pero hindi siya magiging effective kasi mababa ang dose, in other words.
Kasi I believe, no, pharmacologically, the ivermectin works on the body weight. Kasi pag sa hayop po, like isang maliit na tuta, syempre mas maliit po ang dosage. E tayong human, an average of 40 to 70 kilos, mas malaki ang kailangan natin ivermectin. Yan po ay base sa USP Pharmacopoeia.
Okay. Pero syempre, importante pa rin, we have to use the human grade, di ba? Hindi naman yung animal grade. I'm just making sure na pag kunwari nga, dahil sa nagkakalat dito, may nainom, baka mamaya maging delikado para sa mamamayang Pilipino. Thank you. As last na lang po, Yusek, you already sent me Senate Bill 2024. I'm still checking kung may counterpart tayo dito sa Congress. With this po ba, may institutionalize natin yung EUA para mas nilipin tayo in times of emergencies and calamities?
Yes, ma'am. Yun po yung natin kasi wala tayong batas na that allows flexibilities during emergencies. Sa ngayon yung EO natin at yung EO COVID-19 lang. I mean for future po, for future emergencies and epidemics.
Hindi, but do you think now we have to fast track it? Kasi we could ask the president naman na i-sign siya kaagad as what's this emergency na yung para mabilis nating mapasa. Do you need this now in this time of pandemic para mas malinaw ang definition ng EUA?
Opo, makakatulong po talaga, Madam Chair. Mr. Chair, Madam Congresswoman.
Sige. So we look into how we could also file this bill here in Congress. So basically yun lang naman, Mr. Chair, and sana po, Yusek, yung local pharma natin, ulitin ko, hanggang nandiyan po sila dahil nalulungkot ako bumaba from 36 to 32% na lang ang reliance natin. 32% reliance on local pharma is very low. We need to be self-sufficient and I hope we could, looking forward, we have to really strengthen them now. At para pag nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong sitwasyon, ready po tayo, gamot ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. Kasi ngayon nag-i-import po sila eh. Mas madali daw pong mag-import sa labas kaysa magpa-register sa ating sariling bansa. So let's do something about it. We're willing to work with you, Yusek, kung ano man ang dapat gawin. That's why we have this hearing. But for now, please look into the expanding the DEU, and I hope we could include those na napaka-importante like yung leronlimab and ivermectin and other COVID-related products, yung mga out-of-stock products natin, and look at the national guidelines. We can go back to that and post the ASEAN muna. So that's all. Yusek Domingo, thank you. Again, I'd like to thank you for expanding not just PSMID pero yung buo na. So sana lang yung lahat pa ng iba natin para may outcome naman po itong hearing na to. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, DSBH.